the Karpman drama triangle. Now, for those of you that haven't seen this, it's been around for quite a while now. And what it talks about is when we enter into conflict, when we're in a situation where there is conflict and it isn't really progressing, or there is conflict and it is progressing, we can identify certain roles that people will play. And I'm sure that as I just kind of give a brief overview of these, you might be able to relate to some of them. I know I certainly do quite often. So the idea being of this drama triangle is that we are stuck in this loop. We are stuck in this triangle of relationships and behaviors where potentially somebody is persecuting somebody else. Right, and they are not valuing the other people's worth. The person they are persecuting is often a victim of this, and they don't value themselves too much. What we give you here, I don't want to kind of like overshare, but what we do is say, well, when will you see people opt for this role? Right? What will drive people to act as a persecutor? What will drive people to fall into this victim role? What will drive people to want to then come in and rescue someone? And what we also give you is some of the kind of things that you can hear them saying, or some of the things you can see them doing. So for example, when someone's in their persecutor role, the criticism, judgment, blame, punishing, being critical, enforcing rules are all forms of persecution. When someone's in the victim role, what you can hear them saying is what they can struggling to solve a problem, struggling with decision making, saying things like, why does this always happen to me? You know, not taking ownership of the situation. And the rescuer role, which I think is, when you're from a coaching perspective, this is one of the most dangerous roles that you can fall into. Is this feeling of wanting to rescue someone rather than helping themselves to rescue themselves. And when we think of this from a team perspective, it's massively important. And we teach it so that you can see this and you can see it's being enacted, and you can understand then, how do you intervene? What are the kind of ways you can help people? Because when we move out of a drama triangle and we've got this lovely now understanding of some of the conflict we can see happening in a team perspective, in any kind of relationship, may I say, then we can begin to say, okay, well, let's understand, well, how can we flip this? And we look at something called the winner's triangle. And what this does is say, okay, well, instead of thinking of it as being a persecutor, think of it as being assertive. Right? Don't punish them, ask them what they want. See it, asking them than pushy. If someone's a victim, see them as vulnerable. Accept their vulnerability. I'll get them to value themselves in some way. Help them on the course of problem solving. Okay, have them be more self-aware. Maybe they should do some reflection. Something I do sound like a broken record. And from rescuer to caring. Okay, so to show concerns, show that they care, but don't solve the problems for others. And what you'll often find is you can see these dynamics being played out. This is to help you understand what role you may play in this as an Agile coach, or just as a human in relationships that you have. And once you're aware of this and you begin to label things, and once we talk about how you introduce this to teams, once you can do that, you can have a shared language and you can have meaningful conversations about what's happening within the group. But oftentimes, until we can label something, it's very difficult for us to have a shared language and a shared understanding. So we are big fans of a drama triangle, a winner's triangle, from a conceptual perspective, in helping people deal with conflict and help teams really kind of move up those different stages and really become truly real high-performing teams.